Alright guys, so today we're going to be recapping the Khamzat Chimaev versus Gilbert Burns, talking about what's happening next and stuff you may have missed. And in case you're wondering who my co-host is today, his name is Ted. Jumping right into it, Khamzat Chimaev, I thought he was the MMA version of Mike Tyson. So seeing him get hit and seeing that fight play out the way it played out was just crazy. I did not think he was going to get hurt like that against Gilbert Burns. And something that I thought of is the fact that Khamzat Chimaev was cut because he was often compared to Khabib before this fight with how dominant he is. I even made that comparison. Obviously they're both separate fighters, but it was just a comparison you had to make. You know, the guy with a no mustache beard from Russia. He's not from Dagestan. He's from Chechen. I don't know how to say it. Just to see Khamzat get cut was crazy. And the fact that Khabib won his entire UFC career, MMA career entirely, without getting cut, without getting hurt really badly, just shows how good Khabib is and just shows that these two should not be compared whatsoever. So I'm never going to do that again. So yeah, obviously Dana White, I'm sure if you guys heard or you're not aware, Dana White publicly came out, which I thought was really surprising, saying that Khamzat Chimaev is going to be fighting Colby Covington. I thought that was surprising because I thought for sure they were going to capitalize on his stardom, his star power, and push him for the title. Man, before this fight, I was so sure he would have no issue running through Colby Covington just because we've never seen him get hurt. We've never seen him face adversity, and him facing adversity was the best thing that could have happened in this fight, because if he didn't and then he faced adversity in the Usman fight, he would have got smashed, he would have got KO'd easily. Now, I don't know. Now it's kind of up in the air, but it's just interesting to see how he's going to come back and how he's going to be able to, you know, regroup and see how he can fight in a 5-round fight, you know, control his emotions, control his, you know, temper to not get into a brawl that led to him gassing out, led to him overextending, which got him clipped, almost got him finished in the first round or second round. Sorry. I don't see Khamzat Chimaev as the fighter to make the same mistake twice. This guy, he's legit. He has a killer mindset. We all know that. So it's going to be very clear how serious he is and how legit he is when he faces Colby Covington next. I think he's going to be a lot better in this next fight. The biggest thing that's going to be interesting is the fact that it's going to be a 5-round fight. The press conference for that fight would be fantastic. It'd be hilarious. You know, Colby Covington calling Khamzat cum shot. You know, I can't believe his mother named him cum shot. Now the odds are that Khamzat is going to be the underdog for the first time in his UFC career, and deservedly so. That's a big question mark now with Colby Covington, because Colby, I'm not going to break down this fight too in depth, but you know, we all know him for the cardio, we all know him for his wrestling and his, you know, his high pace. Doesn't have the most power in his hands, but he just has relentless pressure. So it's going to be interesting to see how that fight would play out. I was pretty confident in Khamzat Chimaev before this fight and his capabilities of beating Usman, but his inexperience really showed in this fight. But then again, he's going to grow a lot because, you know, even though he won, you know, the common saying that Conor McGregor made famous is that you either win or you learn, and he definitely learned a lot. He won, but he also learned a lot because he faced a lot of adversity in this fight. And just Khamzat Chimaev calling out Izzy would maul Khamzat Chimaev. We all know that. If that happened in this last fight, we shouldn't even be talking about that. Izzy versus Khamzat is just out of the question right now. He's got a lot of work to do, Khamzat, before that he can even talk more shit about that fight. And people were even saying that Leon Edwards would have beaten Khamzat Chimaev if they actually were to fight. I don't know about that. The only question mark I would have about that fight was that it would be a 5-rounder. I believe it was a 5-round fight, but you know, Leon Edwards does not have the ground game that Gilbert Burns has, so I think that Khamzat would probably end up winning that fight. And just the fact that Khamzat versus Colby Covington is happening next, that Dana White wants that fight to happen next, kind of tells me that it looks like Kamaru Usman is going to be fighting Conor McGregor next, which is just atrocious. It's crazy. Conor McGregor is absolutely going to get murdered. But if that fight happens, Usman versus McGregor, that just shows that there's a 0.01% chance that Conor McGregor is going to fight Khamzat Chimaev for the welterweight title. There is a chance. If that fight happens, there's a chance. And I think that fight's going to happen. I don't know about you guys, but I firmly believe that fight's going to happen, because McGregor wants to come back at 170, doesn't want to come back at 155. Let me know what you guys think about that fight, how crazy that would be, but I don't think that's going to happen. Obviously, the odds are very against that. I just had to point it out there because I think it would be hilarious to see. Opponents in the UFC welterweight division are not going to look at Khamzat Chimaev the same after this fight, because he has shown he is human. I thought he was the Chechen Superman before this fight. So, you know, Colby Covington is going to be a lot more confident. Kamaru Usman especially. And also Khamzat's great takedown defense was shown. Gilbert Burns, he's an elite grappler. He's shown he's able to take down guys with great takedown defense, like Tyron Woodley. That was Tyron Woodley at the peak before he really declined, before he was getting knocked out out by bloggers on YouTube. And also Khamzat Chimaev, 2 days after his fight, he's already in the gym, he's already training, he's a madman. I'm sure he's probably really eager to learn and grow from this fight and learn from his mistakes and just, you know, erase those mistakes and turn it into something he can benefit from. Comment below what you think and watch this video that's popping up right now. See ya.